Grand Admiral Thrawn, you return to me as the galaxy fractures. Tell me, why is it that my enemies grow stronger while my greatest tactician stands before me, unscathed?
My Emperor, the tide of war is ever changing, but I remain steadfast in my duty to the Empire. Every battle I fight is in service to your vision.
Admiral, does your service lie with the Empire, or does it lie elsewhere?
I serve stability, my lord. Order is the only path to true power. The rebellion offers chaos. That is not something I would ever allow to spread.
You speak of stability, yet the Empire crumbles around us. The rebellion defies my will. The Death Star destroyed, Lord Vader distracted, and you, Grand Admiral, remain in the shadows observing. Why do you watch while others fight?
A flawed war effort leads to ruin. The Empire's strategy has relied too heavily on overwhelming force rather than precise action. I advised otherwise, but my counsel was disregarded.
You criticize the Empire's doctrine so freely, and yet you do not grieve for its failures. Tell me, Grand Admiral, what is your true purpose?
My purpose is survival, my lord. Yours, mine, and that of the Empire. But survival is not achieved through brute force alone. The Jedi learned this too late. The Republic, even later. I suspect, my Emperor, that you already know this.
You dare to instruct me?
Never. Only to illuminate what you have already foreseen. The Empire's power must be preserved through intelligence, not only fear. That is why I remain, to ensure that when the dust settles, there is something left to rebuild.
And who will rebuild, Thrawn? You?
That will depend on who survives, my lord.
And tell me, Grand Admiral, what would you do if you were in my place?
I would remove emotion from decision-making, even fear. Fear can be a weapon, but it can also be a weakness. I would control the narrative, not allow it to control me. I would ensure that my greatest assets remained in place, rather than be cast aside when convenient.
Are you suggesting I've been careless?
I am suggesting, my lord, that the Empire still has paths to victory, but it requires discipline. The rebellion does not win by strength. It wins by perception. It turns our strength into weakness, our weapons into burdens. That can be changed.
And you believe yourself capable of such change?
I believe the right minds must remain intact if such change is to be achieved.
And what do you think of Lord Vader?
But he too is bound by emotion. It fuels his strength and blinds his vision.
How bold you are, Thrawn, to speak of my apprentice in such terms.
I speak only in truths. Lord Vader's power is undeniable, but the rebellion thrives because they exploit what they see as weakness. A shift in strategy is necessary.
And what would you suggest, Grand Admiral?
The rebellion survives on symbols. The Jedi, the myth of hope, the idea that tyranny can be resisted. The Empire must shift from brute conquest to strategic dismantling of their beliefs, not just through destruction, but through control.
You seek to rewrite the story rather than end it.
It is far easier to control perception than to fight an endless war.
Yes, perhaps you will prove useful yet.
I am always at the Empire's disposal, my lord.
The Empire's disposal, yes. But are you at my disposal, Thrawn? Or do your interests serve another master?
I serve order. And you, my lord, have long been its greatest architect.
A dangerous mind indeed.
A mind that ensures survival